My name's Greg Hale. I'm with ISSSource. We're a web-based news portal that's focused on safety and security in manufacturing automation. And we've been around for almost 2 years now. And what we have seen in that time is you look around the industry and it's just an open minefield of systems just ready to be attacked. And security these days is vital. It's essential. And the problem is there aren't a lot of organizations that get it. They just don't know what is just around the corner. OPC gets it. They understood that they needed to do something, and they introduced the security feature into UA. But you can look at the numbers, and it's all about costs. Companies, when you talk about security, it's all about, well, there's about a lot of things, but it's increasing uptime, decreasing downtime, unplanned downtime. And you look at some of the costs over the years, and this is stuff that went on even before cybersecurity became as hot as it is today. The slammer worm, for instance, cost one automaker $150 million in 8 hours. They had the tools, they didn't use them. Stuxnet, they went after one of the most secure facilities around, a nuclear facility. If they can get into a nuclear facility, they can get in anywhere. And it just doesn't have to be a government-sponsored entity. It could be, a really smart computer guy. He can get in. Dooku, which is apparently a subset of Stuxnet. It's going out doing recon work as we speak. And the question is, they've gotten the information. They know what they're doing. Now it's just a matter of what that next step is. And we've been watching that very closely. You don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. But it's all about cost. It's all about having an idea. It's all about having a plan. There was a study out recently, and we did a story on it. For the top tier companies, when they implement a security plan and really focus on it and have it become part of their DNA, much like a safety is with a ton of companies, you have security in there, and they're 2.5 times less likely to experience a major cyber attack. And then the beauty is they're 3.5 times less likely to experience any unplanned downtime. No unplanned downtime means more productivity, which means more profitability. Now, you take a look on the other side, some of the companies that don't really have a solid security plan, they suffered, just over 2,700 hours in unplanned downtime. And you can see the numbers that are associated with that. But the top tier companies, conversely, 588 hours of total downtime. Quite a huge significance. That money goes straight to the bottom line. Again, I'm harping on the cost here because that is so vital in these days for these companies. Now, you can look at the revenue losses for a cyber incident, 558,000. It's a pretty significant number. And you can look at some of the other numbers, but again, it's all about costs. Going on it again, a couple different organizations, us for one, we did a story on this way back when, and it's costing the industry $20 billion a year in lost revenues in safety and security incidents. $20 billion, 6 million a day. But you could talk about all you want. What should we do? What do companies have to do? They have to have a plan. I mean, And that's what, setting on standards, working on standards, having technology that has security built into it is vital. Companies have to have an idea. They have to look not only for today, but what's going to happen down the road. And they have to understand that security is not going to be a system you put in, you just walk away and say, it'll be good for the next 10, 15 years. It's a changing, incredibly dynamic environment where you could be looking at it, you're working on one scenario that works today, and then in, maybe even in a month, maybe even 6 months, you have to change it. You have to keep evolving. You have to work with companies that are competent in automation security. If you don't know it, find somebody who does, because I'm telling you, it could be it will hurt. You have to assemble the correct team. And then one of the more important things is you have to be vigilant. You have to keep watching it. And it's, again, as I say, you can't look at it and just walk away. It's something you have to be on top of every single day. Security is a mindset. It's not a one-time solution. It's, I keep going back to that, but it's so important. There is technology out there that can keep you secure, but it's how you implement it, how you work with it, and what you do with it, and make sure everybody uses it. I've heard stories that people go into a plant, put in the security solution, and it's all great, working like a dream. Then the guys come in the next day and they turn everything off because they don't really get it. They don't understand it. And it's too much of a hassle. So they just go back to the way they were doing things. So the company spends all this time and energy on it. Doesn't work. Companies have security ideas. They have security things that they're working on, but it's often piecemeal. It's not necessarily something they have a plan about. Again, they need a plan. They need to put everything together, put the pieces of the puzzle together, work it through, think about it, do a risk assessment, understand where your vulnerabilities are, where your holes are, and then see what you can do to plug it in. But you need to be able to standardize, you need to be able to work together, you have to be able to communicate with one another, and then that's the start where you can begin the long journey on how you can secure your facility. That's it. Thank you.